What if I told you that a single state has the largest electricity generating facility in the United States, the largest concrete structure in the nation, and what used to be the largest man-made structure in the entire world, and they were all built in the 1930s and 40s? But before I get into that, and other fantastic facts about the Evergreen State, I'd sure appreciate a like on the video and follow on TikTok or subscribe on YouTube if you wouldn't mind. The Evergreen State could easily usurp New York City's nickname, the Big Apple, and do so legitimately, because Washington produces almost 69% of the apples sold in the U.S. New York is a very, very distant second place at 13.6%. In fact, Washington State outproduces all other states in apple production combined. The state also holds the lead in pears, sweet cherries, and spearmint oil, and all this farming is done in a state that's still over 50% forested. Contrary to its meme reputation for getting a lot of rain, Washington isn't even in the top 10 rainiest states by annual rainfall, or even the top 20. It's actually 30th, with an average of 38 inches per year. Washington is the only state in the Union named after a president. In 1996, one of the oldest, nearly complete skeletons ever found of early Homo sapiens in North America, if not the oldest, was discovered completely by accident along the banks of the Columbia River near Kennewick, Washington, by two men tubing down the river while watching the annual hydroplane races. Dubbed Kennewick Man, the skeleton has been dated to around 9,000 years ago. While not actually part of the Louisiana Purchase, Washington State was where the Lewis and Clark expedition ended when the two explorers were sent by President Thomas Jefferson to study the geography, wildlife, and plants of the newly acquired territory. The Evergreen State plays host to the headquarters of some of the largest corporations in the world, such as Starbucks, Microsoft, Amazon, and Costco. There is a rather strange oddity in Seattle called the Gum Wall. Started by accident in 1991 when patrons of the Market Theater in Pike Place Market began sticking their used chewing gum on the wall, and that practice quickly became a tradition. By the late 2000s, the gum wall was 50 feet long and 20 feet high in spots. In 2009, it was rather unsurprisingly listed as the second germiest tourist attraction in the world, behind only Ireland's Blarney Stone. When the wall was finally cleaned of gum in 2015, which took around 130 hours to finish at a cost of nearly $4,000, it removed almost 2.25 tons of gum. And people started replacing the gum immediately after the work was complete. Speaking of Seattle, did you know that the Seattle we can all picture in our mind's eye is not the original Seattle? Much of present-day Seattle is actually built upon the ruins of the Seattle that died with the Great Seattle Fire of 1889. 25 city blocks burned to ash, including 4 wharves, the railroad terminals, and the entirety of the city's business district. Few, if any, human lives were lost in the fire. There are conflicting and uncorroborated reports of a young boy named James Goyne having died, but the fire did wipe out over 1 million rodents, thereby solving any rat problem Seattle may have had at the time, at least briefly. You can tour the ruined city, now called Seattle Underground, and see 19th century Seattle's ground level, which is now at the basement level of today's buildings. Washington is home to more glaciers, 3,101 for those keeping score, than any other state not named Alaska, with Mount Rainier alone having around 26 separate glaciers. On the other hand, in a somewhat ironic twist, the Evergreen State also hosts the only temperate rainforest in the entire lower 48 states. The Hoh Rainforest is located within the Olympic National Park and receives more than 100 inches of rain annually, making it the wettest forest in the lower 48. The Hoh Rainforest is also home to one of the quietest places in the country, although that might not last much longer. And now, we circle back around to the question that started this video, and I have a confession to make. It's kind of a trick question. They're really all the same place. Washington is home to the Grand Coulee Dam, which is the largest electric generating facility in the United States, with a power output of over 1 million locomotive engines. It's also the largest concrete structure in the nation, standing 550 feet high, 500 feet wide, and constructed with nearly 12 million cubic yards of concrete. And to top it all off, it used to be the largest man-made structure ever built when it was completed in 1941, although it's since been surpassed. This is Unexpected History. I'm Hunter, and if you enjoyed this video, why not hit that like button and follow or subscribe for more just like this. If you'd like to support what I do, hit the link tree in my bio on TikTok or the video description on YouTube and see if there's a way that works for you. Until the next time, I hope your day is pleasantly unexpected.